The union budget gets mixed reactions, with the opposition Congress calling it an election manifesto and CII calling it all-encompassing. The NCP tears into the government, calling the 50 crore rupee electrification of the new Mandovi bridge a scam. Also ask Vijay to concentrate on his work and not bring religion into politics. NGO alleges government misusing TCP amendment, with land being converted from orchard to settlement without it being discussed at Gram Sabhas. The 6th edition of Goa Tower Run will happen on 10th February at Panji's EDC complex in Panji, and around 500 runners will participate running up and down buildings. Now the news in detail. The union budget that was presented on Friday got different reactions from a variety of sides, from the opposition Congress to the business bodies like the GCCI and CII. Congress calls it election manifesto. CII calls it all-encompassing. Here is the story.
The Congress called it an election manifesto and not a budget. Former Congress Chief Minister Digamar Kamath brought up the point that the budget did not conform to the FRBM Act. The 6,000 rupees dole to farmers did not make sense, and the Fisheries Department and the dole to the unorganized sector had no meaning.
Issue which we noticed was that they had declared for the benefit of the farmers a 6,000 rupees per year sort of a grant. They said that this money will be, it has been put with retrospective effect. If you have noticed, it shall come into effect from December 2018. That means they are entitled for getting 2,000 rupees by the end of 31st March 2019. Now if you go to see the expectations from the farmers, expectations were so high. Even today I was watching some channel live, they are showing some protests and demonstrations by farmers, that 6,000 appears to be nothing for them actually, because it works out to 2,000 per quarter, and there are some states which are giving 10,000, 15,000 rupees.
This budget cannot be described as a budget. It's the election manifesto of the BJP. Reason being, election will be held somewhere month of May now, maximum. And the last budget continues up to 31st of March. So the present government will get hardly about 1 month to implement its own budgetary proposals. National Sample Survey report दिला तो report आता the government of India is a denial mode. ते म्हणतात अजून सरकारान गव्हर्नमेंटान तो अजून वेट करूंक ना, पळोवंक ना, एक्झामीन करूंक ना म्हणटात. What does it show? आणि आमकां 2 कोटी जॉब्स पर इयर प्रॉमिस केल्ले. म्हणजे 5 वर्षांत 20 कोटी जॉब जावंक जाय आशिल्ले. And the percentage of joblessness in India today is the highest compared to the last 45 years. Who says this? The National Sample Survey says this.
Here are the reactions of CII. Piras Kambata, Chairman CII Western Region and Chairman and MD of Rasna, pointed out that the interim budget had been presented with a positive outlook. The budget announcement had largely taken care of the agriculture sector, middle income class and unorganized sector. The additional income for this population will lead to enhanced spending and higher economic growth. However, this is a well managed given the incentives provided to the rural sector. On the agri front, direct income transfer to farmers that have holdings of less than 2 hectares is a welcome step and helps reduce risk of farmers. Overall, this budget is all-encompassing and is something for every class of society. Lalit Saraswat, Vice Chairman CII, Goa State Council and Director Sankwal Shipping, said that the budget was an exciting time for India's growth story. I welcome the budgetary provisions for farmers, senior citizens, unorganized sector and middle class. An increase in defense budget and the Make in India will mean a lot of business for Indian manufacturers, he said. Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry Chief Sanjay Bhandare said that all in all it's a very positive budget which seeks to address the aspirations of a developing nation and outlines the government's vision for 2030. He said that the finance minister had shown that the key constituency and farmers would continue to be the focus of this government by announcing a large number of benefits for them, which include increase in MSP, etc. He said that the finance minister had sought to balance his concerns for the poor and the middle income group with continued focus on long-term development of infrastructure by announcing the 10-point developmental agenda, which includes building of next-gen infrastructure. Our video journalist Irshad Sheikh from Panaji.
The NCP on Saturday tore into the government, calling the 50 crore rupee electrification of the new Madhavi Bridge a scam and demanding an inquiry into the same. Its General Secretary Sanjay Barde also waded into Vijay, Parrikar and Chris controversy, asking him to concentrate on his work and not bring religion into politics.
Barde wanted his MLA Churchill Alemao to question the government and get a proper costing on the electricity poles and lights on the newly inaugurated 3rd Madhavi Bridge. A part of the cable-stayed bridge was inaugurated by the Union Minister Nitin Gadkari recently.
खाम्यांक खर्च कितलो जाला राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्ष आयज गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ गोवा कडेन मागता जावं तो आमचो चर्चिल आलेमा सुद्दां आसो भितर तेणी सुद्दां सांगपाचें की हेजेर खर्च कितलो जाला गव्हर्नमेंटाक तेणी विचारपाचें आयज लायटीच्या खाम्यांक खर्च कितलो जाला आनी गोंयच्या लोकांक जी धूळ जी लायिल्ली आसा आनी ती पानां जी फुसलेली आसा राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्ष जाहीरपणे हेजेर इन्क्वायरी मागता मनोहर पर्रीकारा कडेन.
The bridge's comment by Vijay has gone viral, forcing him to react. The NCP too had its say on the issue. Here's the story.
विजय सरदेसाई साहेब बाब तुका जे टाउन आनी कंट्री प्लॅनिंग जी मिनिस्ट्री दवरलेली आसा आनी तुजे कडेन एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्ट्री दोनूय आहा तुजे कडेन ते आज लुटोवन तूं खाताय लुटोवन बरबाडून तूं खाताय. आयज जे कितें चल्लेलें आसा हे गोंया खंय आसा आनी तूं गोंया आयज खंय येयलें गोंय केन्ना गोंय काय बरें आसलें आनी आयज जे तूं मनोहर पर्रीकाराचे गुण जे गाताय हे कित्याक लागून हे अख्खे गोंयच्या लोकांक खबर आसा. एक तर तुका तुजी खुर्ची ओडटली आनी गव्हर्मेंट जर आयज जर हे केलें आयज डिजॉल्व जर केलें तर फाल्यां सकाळी तुजी खुर्ची थंय नाच जातली म्हणून तुका खबर आहा म्हणून तूं मनोहर पर्रीकाराक आयज चण्याच्या झाडार जे चडयताय जे शब्द जिजस आहा न्ही जे शब्द तूं एसेंब्लीन घेवंक पावना नासले ते लायकीक तूं आयज फाटल्या दिसांनी मनोहर पर्रीकाराक जे कितें कितें म्हणटालो तेच मनोहर पर्रीकाराक आयज तूं देवाची प्रतिमा दिवं नाका. देवाचें जे कितें आसा तें सायडीक दवर आनी जें तुका काम जें सोंपयल्लेलें आसा तें काम मातशें तूं सोंपय.
A video journalist Irshad Sheikh from Panaji.
The NGO Rainbow Warriors has alleged that the passing of the TCP Amendment Act 2018 has been misused by the government. The NGO says several tracts of land have been converted from orchard to settlement without these being discussed at Gram Sabhas.
Rainbow Warrior has alleged that 55,000 square meters of land in South de Arial has been converted from orchard to settlement. The NGO said the Saraulin Dam was built to help farmers to do cultivation, but now the government is converting orchard land instead of helping to cultivate it.
आमी ते मिटिंगेंत तांचे मिनिट्स वाचले तेन्ना एक अचित्र दिसलें आमकां. आमचो TCP मिनिस्टर जो मिटिंगेचो बोर्डाचो चेअरमॅन आशिल्लो ताणें एक मेन्शन केलां हांगा मिटिंगेंत मिनिट्सान तें हांव वाचतां. Chairman also expressed that entire states of Goa has urban nature and needs to be considered as a city state, as many villages are already classified as a Kansas town and the Mopa International Airport at Perne shall have tremendous influence on all adjoining village under Bicholi and Bades Taluka and shall soon attain a full-flagged urban status. So हाजो मिनींग कितें म्हटल्यार की तांणी ऑलरेडी डिसायड केलां आमचें गोवा टू मेक अ सेकेंड जंगल कॉन्क्रीट गोवा हो जो 16B जो गव्हर्मेंटान जो हो हाडला हो आनी कांयच ना हो खाली गोंया फूल कॉन्क्रीट सिटी करून कॉन्क्रीट जंगल करून सोडपाक.
We came across a case in Betalbadi which is under survey 125-1 which is around 18,700 square meters that is approved for conversion from orchard to settlement. Now when we saw the RP 2021 it shows almost all the land is within 200 meters of high tide line. If you have a look at Google Earth image, it shows that it is a sand dune which is CRZ1 where no permissions can be can be granted. The new projects which are coming up, they are having so many issues like it is affecting our air, our water in field areas. So now our land is already, the villages severely affected, already affected, and now this will further affect all the villages. And we against these projects coming up, and we demand that all these projects be presented at the Gram Sabha meeting at the next Gram Sabha.
Rainbow Warriors says a project consisting of 55,000 square meters in Sarzora village has been dropped after locals opposed it.
की हायकोर्टान ऑर्डर दिल्या की सगळे पंचायतीची ड्युटी जाता की पयली गांवात उदक गार्बेज सिवेज इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर लोक गरीब ट्रायबल लोक हे सगळे एग्रीकल्चर हे सगळे जे फंक्शन्स 29 आसात ते पयली पंचायतीन तकलेन दवरूं जाय आनी पंचायतीक फूल रायट आसा की खंयचेय लायसन्स ते उदका लागून कित्याक लागून डिनाय करपाक हे रायट त्यांनी क्लियरली सांगलां. आतां रिगार्डींग 16B कितें जालें साडजोरा जे गांवांत 28,000 स्क्वेअर मिटर झोन चेंज केल्लो ताजेर गांवच्या लोकांनी स्पेशल ग्रामसभा दवरली आनी स्पेशल ग्रामसभेन युनॅनिमस रेजोल्युशन पास केलें की हें ड्रॉप करूंक जाय. तांणी मागीर लेटरी पंचायतीन TCPक धाडलें आनी हें फॉरवर्ड केलें रेजोल्युशन. ताजे मागीर तुमी गॅझेटेड नोटिफिकेशन जे आयल्या तातून पळयलें जाल्यार 40च एप्रुवल दाखयल्यात पूण तुमी मिनिट्स पळयले जाल्यार 41 आसात आनी तो 41वो सारजोराचो जो इश्यू आसा तो तेणी फाटल्यान दवरला.
Our video journalist Irshad Sheikh in Panji.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. MPT Chairman Dr. E. Ramesh Kumar on Saturday morning has said that there were certain areas of concern regarding the port which would be addressed to bring MPT back to its old glory. Kumar said as the port grew, they would also ensure that citizens around the port to grow as well.
Kumar was addressing the audience after the inauguration of the free multi-speciality health camp for the residents of Mormugaon area organized by the Adani Foundation at MPT Officers Club in Sada. Also present were Debashish Neogi, Business Head, Adani Mormugaon Port Terminal Private Limited, MPT Deputy Chairman G.P. Rai and MMC Chairperson Kritesh Gaonkar.
Port has indeed been an inseparable organ of growth in this area. We all understand that over some time there have been certain areas of concern which we would definitely want to address and put the port back in its old glory. It is not just enough for the port to grow, but we want the area and the citizens in and around this place also to grow along with us. And in fact, we would want them to grow more than what we do.
अडानी एक भूटान कंपनी आसा जो आपलो बिझनेस करता त्याच प्रमाणे ती आमच्या सोसायटी खातीर कितें तरी करता. आयज आमी तांच्यांनी एक मेडिकल कॅम्प आमच्या सड्यावयल्या लोकांच्या खातीर ऑर्गनायज केल्लो आसा. एक बरी गजाल आसा ही. तशेंच तेंच्यांनी आतां काल आमकां स्कुलाक आमच्या स्कुलाकय थोडे बेंचीस आनीक फर्निचर्स दिल्ले आसा. अशें कितें ना जाल्यार कितें तांची एक्टिविटी चालूच आसा. अशें सगळ्या कंपनींनी जे पोर्टान काम करता तेणी आमच्या लोकांच्या खातीर कितें ना जाल्यार कितें करीत रावपाक जाय. तेन्ना आमकांय दिसतलें की तांकां आमच्या लोकांचे पडोन गेलो वास्को.
Our reporter Hiro Mahale from Vasco.
Dr. Yasmin Ali Haq, the UNICEF representative in India, during a panel discussion about the financing of education, said that only 2% of the education budget is spent on teacher training. So basically, we are not spending on the human resources for this sector. Atishi Marlena, a member of AAP, highlighted the link between politicians and private schools. She asked why, if the people in power have incentives in private education, then would they improve public education?
Day 2 of Difficult Dialogues was eventful and exciting. There were a total of 6 panels where leading experts and academicians shared their views on education policies in India. The panels were on building world-class universities, value education, education for all, financing of education, skill education, and elementary education. From our Goa 365 Bureau.
Former Chief Town Planner of Goa, architect Edgar Ribeiro, said architecture needs a lot of freedom. There should not be too many rules and regulations as it ties up the architect. Here's more on this.
Edgar was speaking at a panel discussion on architecture and Sobhit GOA planning through aesthetics for Goa at Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium on Friday. The discussion was organized by the Indian Institute of Architects Goa chapter in association with Interiors and Exteriors exhibition.
Architecture needs a lot of freedom, and you can't, so architecture fitting into a straight jacket, we have to be very careful. Too many rules, too many regulations ties up the architect more than is necessary. Planning does have one very strong point. You lay a framework, a platform for development. It could be a region which fits into a settlement that fits into the local area, iteratively top down, down top.
You know, vertical development, one has to accept vertical development. If you are going to grow horizontally, you are going to be responsible for the ghettoization of Goa. This is what has happened in the last 5 years. When there were no laws in place to convert your land. So what did that class, especially in the hinterland, do? They subdivided orchard lands and sold them off as plots.
Video journalist Yeshwant Parab in Panaji.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The students' body Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad will conduct a program to carry forward the Make in India, Skill India or Stand Up and Start India program of the Government of India. ABVP has welcomed the new education policy of the Union Government.
ABVP will have a two-day sitting to discuss the issues related to the students in Goa. ABVP will also assist the Election Commission in the voter registration at colleges in the state.
अखिल भारतीय विद्यार्थी परिषद यहाँ गोवा के अंदर 2 दिवसीय प्रदेश कार्यकारिणी बैठक हेतु यहाँ उपस्थित हुए हैं। आज देश भर के अंदर बजट ये प्रेषित किया जा रहा है और बजट के दौरान विद्यार्थी परिषद का मानना है कि शिक्षा के अंदर लगातार 2-3 वर्षों से जो बजट के अंदर वृद्धि की गई है और पिछले 2 दिन पूर्व जो फेलोशिप का बढ़ोतरी की गई है, ये सारे ऐसे स्टेप्स हैं जो आने वाले दिनों में बजट के माध्यम से ये किए जाएंगे और अपनी आशा है कि ऐसे ही स्टेप्स, चाहे वो मेक इन इंडिया, स्किल इंडिया और स्टैंड अप एंड स्टार्टअप इंडिया है, ऐसी और योजना युवाओं के लिए अभी इस बजट में घोषित की जाएंगी। विद्यार्थी परिषद फरवरी माह में नए वोटर रजिस्टर किए जाएं, इस हेतु इलेक्शन कमीशन और स्थानिक स्तर पर जिला यानी डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्ट्रेट और इन सभी संस्थाओं से मिलकर कॉलेजेस, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के डीन स्टूडेंट्स वेलफेयर ऐसी सभी संस्थाओं के साथ मिलते हुए कॉलेजेस के अंदर वोटर रजिस्ट्रेशन की कैंपेन चलाएगा।
Our video journalist Yeshwant Parab in Panaji.
The 6th edition of Goa Tower Run will be organized on 10th February at EDC Complex in Panaji. The event begins at 7:45 am. Goa is the only place in India to organize such an event. Altogether, around 500 runners will participate in this unique urban sport that is accessible to anybody who is fit enough to climb stairs.
Around 25 teams from corporate will compete for the corporate trophy, while around 20 teams from colleges and higher secondary schools will vie for the students' trophy. In the individual race, participants run up and down the stairs of Gera Imperium 2, Gera Imperium 1, Kamat Plaza, Dempo Trade Center twice, and then to the finish. In the team race, teams of 5 members do a relay. Each person runs up and down one building and passing the baton to the next. The vertical sprint is a race up the 7 stories of Gera Imperium 2, ending on the 7th floor.
So this year we've got a few new things. We have something called POI. Besides the usual Krav Maga and kickboxing and Zumba and yoga that has been there, the feature about the Tower Run itself is there are again the 3 races. There's the individual category, where one person runs all 5 buildings. Then there's a team category where a team of 5 is spread out between the 5 buildings. And we've got the student category, which comprises of colleges and HSC students. Then we also have at the end of it a one building race, which we call a vertical sprint. That's just one building. That's at the end. It's a fun thing. It's where people who don't want to necessarily take it too seriously just run up one building.
Our video journalist Irshad Sheikh in Panji.
With that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. For more news and updates, log into our website www.goa365.tv. Follow us on Facebook, Goa365 TV, or download our app on both Android and iPhones to watch it on your mobile. Keep watching Goa 365.